And that's why this is probably the most important thing when it comes to living an enjoyable life. Remember to keep grinding, keep working hard every single day towards your goals, and to make people remember your name. What is up, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I hope you guys are having a great day and a great week so far. Currently, I am at the gym waiting to go inside and have a crazy lift, but I wanted to talk about this topic that, as I'm sure you guys saw from the title of this video, this is something that I'm really passionate about, and it is probably the single most important thing when it comes to living an enjoyable life. And I know that everyone would say that there's not one thing that makes it so you can live an enjoyable life. There's a multitude of different things that come together, and if a lot of them are working out for you, then you're living an enjoyable life. But in my opinion, they all boil down to one base layer that I've started to notice recently has been really important and really influential in my own life, and basically how much enjoyment I've taken out of life is directly correlated to this specific thing. And if you haven't guessed it yet, the topic I'm bringing up is self-confidence, or just confidence in general. Now, you might be asking, Owen, how does confidence directly correlate to how enjoyable life is? There's so many different aspects, like how you look, what your living situation is, how much you enjoy work, how much money you might have. So all these aspects make life seem more complicated than it is, and you might not see a lot of the correlation between confidence and maybe how much money you make, or at least it's not as obvious as you might think. In reality, confidence is the base of all these things. If you walk through life on a daily basis with a sense of self-accomplishment, a sense of confidence in your own abilities, a sense of confidence that you can get things done if you need to, and you are able to achieve whatever you set your mind to, that's a level of confidence that will make your life more enjoyable from actually getting things done. Now, it's kind of confusing. I know I don't want to rant too much in this video, but overall, if you go through life, let's say in the gym, you have this goal of losing 50 pounds, and you really want to get there before the summer, and you want to be shredded, and you want to look great for the summer, and you go into that goal, you go into the starting process of that goal with low self-confidence, feeling like you can't get things done, feeling like it's going to be hard for you to do it. And then sure enough, 3 months later, or 4 months later, however long you set your goal for, you are going to realize that throughout that whole process, you basically made it harder on yourself because you didn't have that self-confidence. You didn't establish that you were able to do whatever you set your mind to. And so even though you might have still reached your goal, which you probably didn't if you went through that whole process feeling like you couldn't do it, but even if you still lost the 50 pounds, you made the process 100 times harder by second guessing yourself throughout the whole thing. If you go into any sort of goal or any sort of achievement that you want to complete in life and believe that you can do it with all your ability, believe that you are capable of doing it, then that self-confidence, that confidence that we're talking about, it's going to make the process of actually completing that task way easier. In my own personal life, I know I just gave you an example about the gym, but I'll bring up a separate example of, for example, my work life. When I was applying to jobs in January of this year, I basically stressed myself out, made myself feel like it was never going to happen, that I was never going to get a job. And so every time I was submitting an application, even though I still reached my end goal of getting a job, getting an offer after college, all that stuff, I made the whole process a lot more difficult on myself by not having that confidence in my own abilities. So that's basically a small example of how I myself have areas where I can improve on this topic, but it also lets you guys know that I make mistakes too. Everything in my life is not perfect. So when it came to that process of applying to thousands of different applications in order to get even one job offer, even though I still reached that end goal, I made the whole process harder by not feeling like I could do it, by not feeling like I deserved to get a job afterward. And so that is why confidence is so important. It's not just about the gym. It's not just about work. It's not just about your social life. Like, if you go up and talk to someone and you have the confidence in yourself that you will complete whatever goal you are trying to accomplish by going up to this person, whether you just want to meet someone new for yourself, or you actually want to make a friend and make plans, or maybe you're trying to pursue something more romantic. There's so many different aspects of life that all boil down to how much confidence do you have in yourself when you're going into the task. So I know I just talked a lot about how confidence kind of relates to our lives and how everything boils down into how confident are you in your abilities. But what I also want to help you guys with is, how can you get more confident? How can you feel like you are able to achieve whatever you want in life? How can you get to the point where every single goal you set for yourself, you get to the point of starting that task knowing that you're going to complete it? You start that task knowing that you can do it if you set your mind to it. And so the number one tip I'm going to give you guys is, it's a mentality game. I know that's not really a tip, but confidence really is in your head. Now, there are other things that I'm going to mention that will help that aspect of it. It will make it easier for you in your own head to be more confident in yourself because of the things you do outside of your head. So an example of that is the gym. I know I talk a lot about working out. I am really passionate about bodybuilding. But when I first started working out, I was super overweight. I didn't know what I was going to do with the gym. I had no confidence in myself. Like, if there is an actual indicator level of how much confidence I have had at that moment versus how much I have now, it was probably below zero at that moment, looking back on it. But when I started working out, when I started feeling like I had control over how I looked, once you realize that you have control over how you look, once you realize you have control over your environment, who you surround yourself with, you start to become more confident in your decisions. So for me, when it came to fitness, once I lost the weight, once I became passionate about the gym, once I knew that I had that basis of, I'm going to work out more than other people, I'm going to look better than other people, I'm going to try and improve myself and do everything I can to be a better version of myself, I started to establish confidence behind that. I knew and I was confident in my ability to go to the gym every day. I was confident in my ability to lose 60 pounds because that's what I was able to do without any help, without any motivation. Like, I basically just went out there and did it. And so having that huge achievement in my life really built up my confidence. And so if you are trying to build up your confidence and make it easier for you to be confident in your own abilities, the number one thing I would say is try and get in the gym a little bit more. Even if you aren't in a really poor shape when it comes to your physique, maybe you look kind of average, or maybe you're even above average, maybe you're an athlete of some sort. I think going to the gym and going consistently is still a way where you can gain confidence, because it teaches yourself that even though you already have something, you already have a good looking body or physique, you still have the self-discipline, you still have the motivation to push yourself and go to the gym every single day or 5 times a week. And that action alone, the fact that you are going to the gym even when you don't necessarily need to, is going to build your confidence. Another thing that's going to build your confidence is trying new things. If you push yourself to try new things, even if it goes horrible, regardless of what it is, maybe you go up and introduce yourself to a new girl, or you go out and try a restaurant and eat there alone and it's nerve-wracking and you don't know what to do. Even if these interactions don't go exactly how you would hope they do, it builds your confidence. I mean, I've been going and doing activities alone for quite some time now, whether that's a hike, traveling, watching a movie, going to restaurants. Like, doing all these things on my own and pushing myself to try new things has allowed myself to feel more confident whenever I get pushed into that situation. Whenever I'm in a situation where I really want to go travel and go see a concert or whatever, I don't need to rely on anyone else. I'm confident in my ability to be comfortable alone. I'm confident in my ability to still have fun, even though I'm not necessarily in a social circle, even if I'm in a social event. So that is a huge thing when it comes to building your confidence. If you push yourself to try new things, just like I said with the gym, if you're pushing yourself to do things that you don't necessarily have to do, like you don't necessarily have to go solo travel or go on a hike alone or go to a restaurant alone. There's a lot of alternatives to those situations. You can DoorDash food, you can watch a movie at your house. Like, you can do all these things in the comfort of your own home and do it alone, and it makes it a lot easier. But the fact that you're trying something new and you're pushing yourself to do something that you might not fully be comfortable in, it makes yourself more confident in every other aspect of your life. So those are two really big things that have helped me build my confidence over the past 5 years that I've been kind of working on myself as a person. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't want this to be a huge rant. I just really wanted to portray to you guys how important confidence is when it comes to living a more enjoyable life. Now, if you don't get the point of this video, or maybe everything I said in the video doesn't necessarily click with you, feel free to leave me a comment down below and ask me any questions that you have. I'd be more than happy to respond. Or if you have any other topics that you'd like to hear me talk about, feel free to leave those down below in the comment section. But if there's one thing that I can leave everyone watching this video with, it is just try new things. Be confident in your ability. We are all humans in the end of the day. So if one person can do something like get in the best shape of their life or make more money or be more social, then guess what? You have every ability to do it too. Don't think that we are all different. Don't think that we are not meant to be special. We can all achieve great things in our life if we are confident in our abilities and we push ourselves to be a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and hit that subscribe button and tune in for future videos. Every week I'm doing an update on my personal life to give you guys a little bit more of a deep dive into who I am as a person, as well as a video similar to this, whether that is a workout or it is a video of me talking about a really important topic that I've been thinking about recently. So if you want to tune in for any of those videos, hit that subscribe button, new videos every week. And remember to keep grinding, keep working hard towards your goals every single day, and make people remember your name. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one.